everyone. Welcome to St. Aloysius Primary School. Today we'll be doing a showcase of how this school have chosen to digitally transform themselves. I know initially when we came into the school, some of the teachers were quite novices at using computers, but today not only have they gained skills to be able to utilize data in a very important way, but they've been able to use the Akada Plus platform system in their daily lives, and it's been an interesting journey so far. So welcome as we showcase St. Aloysius Primary School. Ready for you. Good morning, sister.
Good morning, madam. Hi.
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Basically, could you just introduce yourself to us?
I'm Reverend Sister Philomena Akam, the headmistress of St. Aloysius Primary School, Area 3.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. So basically, we will be talking to you about digitalization of administration at your school, St. Aloysius Primary School. So my first question to you would be, what made you embark on this digital transformation journey with Akada Plus?
The world is going digital, and we have to embrace the digital transformation of the school because we want to be projected out there. And this is 21st century. People have dropped analog, so we want to move alongside with what is happening in the world of today as far as education is concerned.
Yes, yes, very important. Very important. So when you decided to choose Akada Plus and when you brought it on board, how did the stakeholders embrace it? How did they receive it? Like your staff, your parents, the children, how did they receive it?
They were very happy. We had meeting with the parents, we had meeting with the staff and informed them about this great change, and they embraced it very happily. But they had their fears, the fear of network and other issues, but they were very happy and they are still happy with the transformation.
Good, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, so basically you've just talked about their fears, which takes me to the next question. What key challenges did you face when adopting the system? What were some of the challenges?
Actually, the challenges I was facing was poor network, then also teachers not having the idea of what I was talking about, and that brought me to regular meetings and also having training for the teachers on Saturdays, convincing them. It took us a long time. Then those who have the knowledge were able to use them to teach others. So those were the challenges. It was not easy because I kept on talking, reinforcing before they were convinced of the area I was going to.
Sounds like there was a lot of leadership and teamwork involved in that process. So how did you overcome the challenges? What were some of the little things you did to overcome the challenges?
Okay, actually the things I did, I gave them words of encouragement, and I didn't relent. I kept on pushing. We kept on having meetings. We kept on having training. And I was able to pick out those teachers that have digital knowledge. Then I paired them up with those who don't have the knowledge at all. So they were able to teach those who don't have the knowledge. And also I encourage them to have their own laptops as well, so that they can be practicing at home. Then good handsets. Those are the areas that I was able to embark on to enable them achieve the level we were able.
Well done, well done,
Mm.
well done. What would you say are the key advantages your school now enjoys as a result of adopting this platform?
Oh, a lot of advantages because it is easier, it is less stressful. Then the teachers, they don't have the energy to stay and be computing. So once they key in their scores, it's automatically, bringing out the results for them. And also the result sheets are neat. The parent can also access their results wherever they find themselves. So they are really very happy with the new developments. The marking of attendance too is very easy with the teachers, very, very easy. Then myself, I can stay anywhere to access the teachers who are not on board. Then I call them to order. Before they were not aware. So once I call them and say, you have not done your attendance, they will be wondering how I knew. They will be laughing,
Yeah.
I say, you have not done it. So those are the areas. It's really nice, beautiful.
Glad to hear that, so glad to hear that.
Mm.
So you're almost even ahead of me. What features do you find most useful as a school leader?
Okay, the feature is that wherever I am, I'm able to access and know what is going on in the system. You understand?
Yes.
And I can call and say, oh, I can call Mr. Sule and say, come on, this teacher has not done this, has not done that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell her or him to be with others, slacking behind?
Okay. Good.
So when they noticed that I was monitoring them that way, they decided to buckle up.
Yes. Yes. Okay. What policies and processes have you put in place to ensure that this transformation is sustained over the years to come? Because what we find is that sometimes in this part of the world we struggle with continuity.
Yeah.
There was a lot of hard work I hear with putting in the work to get this thing going. So now how are we ensuring that we sustain it?
The facilities are in place. We have ICT rooms that we have up to 30-something desktop there. Then we make sure that the network is running. The teachers are encouraged to go there during their free period to key in or mark attendance if they cannot access with their phone or whatever the case may be. Then also we had a desk officer too when we started, because that person comes in maybe 2 or 3 times a week to make him or herself available for the teachers, for those who may be finding it difficult to do one thing or the other. The person puts them through. I think that was the major thing we put in place. Then also, I think with that too, the training continued because it was now on one-on-one.
Yes.
They were getting it better.
Yes.
So that is what has been in place. And until now, the person still comes. Mr. Fidelis, you know him.
Yes. Okay. What advice would you give to heads of school who are hesitant towards this transformational change? What would you tell them?
No, I will encourage them to embrace it.
Yes.
I will encourage them to embrace it because it is very wholesome practice. It is rewarding and the fruit is there. It is not something that you will say later. You will see it. It's a practical thing. And it promotes your school. For example, the last PTA meeting we had, a new parent just came to say, I came for this meeting just to appreciate the school and to tell the parents that whatever they are seeing in other schools, it is here. That among the schools he has took his children to, that this is the first Catholic school that he could stay and get his children results online. And also we were able to send minutes ahead of time, communicated ahead of time. So the man was so grateful and said that that this is his bus stop. So with that I was encouraged.
Well done, well done. So let's seize this moment. It's not every day we get to interview you. What would you want to say to the SAPS community and just, I guess, really the SAPS community, St. Aloysius Primary School, maybe the secondary school? What would you like to say to them?
I just want to say a big thank you to them for cooperating with me all these years, with my trouble, with my shouting. It was not easy, and I want to encourage them to keep on with the work and even to do it better than what they found it to be, to improve with what is on ground. So just to say thank you to all of them and to continue on the good platform that has been laid down for them.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for just being the driver that you are when it comes to, embracing technology. So thank you very much, ma'am.
I'm grateful, ma'am. Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Solomon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Tony.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay, yeah, so I want to ask, in the use of the school management system, so how has been the experience?
It's been so wonderful. It's a really welcome development.
Alright, sir. Thank you, sir. And what are the key challenges that teachers face in adopting the system at the start?
Really, at the initial stage, teachers found it difficult because they are not ICT inclined. Is there a new system we want to invent based on digital process we are following? So there was a lot of complaints here and there at the initial stage.
Alright, and okay, so how did the teachers overcome the challenges?
Continuity is a major success over it. When it was introduced, one good thing the headmistress did was to make sure that every teacher got laptop, and she not only enforcing it, the school came up helping the teachers to acquire it, and they pay gradual to the school, meaning that every teacher here in the school now has a laptop. That made the system to become a friendly like.
Okay, so looking back to before the school management system started and now, so what would you say are the key advantages that it has added?
Really, when we talk of digital, we cannot sweep it under the carpet. Teachers now mark their register online. At a glance, you get the actual number of attendance per term. Scoring in the system of scoring of CA, when they compute, there's no need of using calculator or pencil and pen to calculate. At a glance, you get their positions, and it's wonderful indeed.
Okay, so I want to ask, so for you personally, as a school administrator, so which features on the system do you like using most?
All the systems has been on the program is good. For instance, now I can be in my office and know the teacher who have not marked attendance for the day without leaving my office to go to any class. From my office, I was able to know how many child a class teacher had in his class without going to their class to ask. So all the features are in the system or the program as been programmed. So
okay, alright, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for granting me this interview.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Would you please just introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Mr. Sule Undoma, the Assistant Headmaster of St. Aloysius Primary School, Area 3, Garika, Abuja.
Thank you, sir. So today we're here to talk about just digitization of administration at your school and how you've been, or your experience of embracing the Akada Plus platform. What made you embark on this digital transformation journey in the first place?
Thank you very much. We decided to embrace this digital transformation because the world generally is going digital, and we don't want to be left behind.
Yeah. Yes. How did the stakeholders first receive it? Your parents, your teachers, the students. How did they receive?
Initially, the program was received with mixed feelings, but with constant training and retraining and enlightenment, many, I can say more than 90% embrace the program.
Oh, that's good. That's actually a good figure. What were some of the key challenges you experienced while trying to get on board this platform?
Some of the challenges we're having is that some of the teachers were not computer literate. That was a challenge. And then network problems as well. But we were able to surmount the problems because with the training of the staff, many of them became computer literate. And for the data, initially the cost, they were complaining about the cost. But when they began to enjoy the program, never mind again. They became more and more interested. So the issue of data became obsolete, let me put it that way.
Oh, that's good. What would you say are some of the key advantages that your school now enjoy using the Akada Plus platform?
Well, we are enjoying many advantages, but the key advantages that we are enjoying now is the competition, the area of competition of results. Very easy and devoid of error. And then marking of attendance also is another area that we're happy with.
Yeah. So what would be one of the features that you find most useful as a school leader?
As a school leader, the one feature I embrace most is the competition of examination.
Okay, that's good. So what policies and processes have you put in place to ensure that this transformation is sustained over the years to come?
As a school, we are putting on so many policies, but most of all, we want our teacher to really embrace the program in totality. We are working on them to embrace the program by retraining. Normally we have in-house training. Also, the facilities needed for the program too, we're putting them in place. Our ICT room, bringing in more and more modern computers to match with what we are embracing.
Yeah. I hear you even have a router in the school, so the teachers are even able to access internet from their classrooms.
Yes, that is one of the things we decided to do, so that wherever they are, they don't need to go to the ICT room in order to do their work. They can stay in their classrooms using their laptops. In fact, we encourage every teacher to have a laptop, just like mine here, so that I can work from anywhere, even from home. So that makes the program more interesting. Because at your free time, you can stay anywhere and do your work. You can mark attendance, you can compute results, and then publish as when necessary, when needed.
Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Well done. So what would you say to a head of school who maybe is an ICT novice and doesn't know, where to even start? What would you advise them to do or how to approach it?
Okay, my sincere advice to them is there is no going back. They need to embrace the ICT system because, like I said before, the world is going digitally, and this program helps to improve the standard of the school and makes parents more interested in the school because they can stay anywhere and view their children's performance in the school. So my advice to them is that they should do everything possible to embrace this system, this program.
Thank you very much for your time, sir.
You're welcome.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Mrs. Sia.
Yes, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for granting us this interview.
You're always welcome.
Please just introduce yourself briefly.
All right, I'm Ms. Doris Bisson, teacher of St. Aloysius Primary School, Area 3, Gariki, Abuja, representing the staff of ICT and then just to throw more light on ICT itself to the world at large.
Tell us a little bit when we started Academic Plus administration digitization experience. What was that like?
Good. It was whole lot because it has to do with our time. It was time consuming. You know, at first we never wanted to embrace it because of the problem that cropped up with it or that came alongside with it. Because you know, Nigerians, once we adapt a particular system, you know, we key to it. We don't want to move, you know, from the north to the south. We just want to be at the fixed point. But over time, with much pressure from the school authority, thanks to Sister Philomena Akam, that's the headmistress of the school, you know, she was really being pushy. She really pushed each and every one of us to embrace it, you know. At first, just like what a layman would say, better soup than money killer. Do you understand? So we just kept doing what we know how to do best, you know, and then with constant practice too, you know, it really helped us, you know, to attain our major goal. So today now is just at the tip of our fingers. Thank you.
I see you smiling a lot. So what are you smiling about? What are some of the benefits that you enjoy today?
I'm smiling because I'm just a proud ICT man. Seriously, I could sit on my bed at my comfort zone to operate. There's nothing I cannot do now, you know, with this. So it has really increased my horizon when it comes to internet. You know, it's not just for the school system alone. For my own personal consumption, you know, I have been able to meet up with friends. I could Skype thanks to Acada Plus, you know. I could even, you know, Zoom thanks to Acada Plus. So it's really a huge success to my own self and then to the school.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Is there anything else you want to say to us or any encouragement for teachers who might be struggling? Maybe they're novices and they just started.
We just have very few novices. So those ones that are still kind of lacking behind, they should meet the people who knows it. Because life itself is not an island. Do you understand? We learn every day. We stop learning when we die. But since we are still alive, people who really want to benefit, they should meet those people who are now master of this ICT to put them through. Nothing good comes so easy, but when you have it at your beck and call, you can always fly your wings to whatever direction you want to. Thank you.
All right, everyone. So in conclusion, I'd like to thank the team here at St. Aloysius Primary School for letting us showcase their school. I'd like to just use this opportunity to point out the importance of leadership in achieving 21st century learning. At the school, the leaders, Mr. Sule, Sister Philomena, Mr. Solomon, they were able to bring their team together to encourage them, support them, listen to them, but let them know that the priority is to simplify administration of education. So it's very important that we embrace change and we think of ourselves as a 21st century school, and one way to do that is utilizing the Acada Plus platform, where we have the school management system, the learning management system, which will just, you know, simplify the life of an educator or a school leader. Thank you very much. Thank you very much also to the Catholic Education Board, Mrs. Obornu and Father Chris. Thank you.